76 Media.
I don't think this could be any more American. We are out near Vegas with Indian motorcycles. I'm on the Challenger. Where is this guy going? These trucks are cool. Let's give it a big boot. That's got some poke. So this has got the new engine. So we've got up in capacity, called the Power Plus. It's over 18, well, it's just shy of 1900 cc. But it's not all about the engine on the Challenger, it's also about all the tech on all the rider aids. But let me get everything sorted. That's the thing with these bikes, like, once you get used to it, it all comes a bit much more intuitive. But at the moment I've only just got on the big thing, so I'm like, okay, where's my music?
Mr. Melby's on the box. Let's go to work, steppers.
Turn up your radio.
Only on Power 88.
Power 88. I mean, could this be any more American?
My love must be a
Bikes are there to make you smile. Bikes are there to give you enjoyment. That's what motorbiking does. And I don't care if it's a scooter in Rome or a GS in Germany or a Panigale on track or an Indian in just outside Vegas. It just makes me smile, and I love this about motorcycling. There's a bike for everybody. You've got to try a big cruiser at some stage though. They're just so like almost comical. I mean, this is not comfortable. This is the comfiest thing I've sat on for months. It's comfier than chairs at home. It's so comfortable. The suspension is non-adjustable on the front, and we've got a remote preload on the rear. It's just standard. The modes don't change the suspension, but it's super soft, super comfortable. Set the cruise control. Oh, let's hit that, put that there. Let's go up on the cruise. Sit back and just... Oh, what? I could get on the pillion seat, this thing is so stable. I thought the speed limit was like 55 everywhere, but it's 75 miles an hour apparently. 336 miles to LA. What's that? 2 tankfuls? Maybe 3? I reckon we could do that. What time is it? 10:32 in the morning? Go out for a few shandies in LA tonight. Hidden Valley. Can't be that hidden, there's a big fucking sign for it. So apparently we're heading into the Valley of Fire, which I assume means it's going to be bloody hot. I turned the traction control off just because I'm completely immature, but it will spin the tyre in the first 2 gears with a bit of clutch, which is proper amusing. Good tyres, we've got Metzlers, but yeah, now we're just going in a complete straight line to, what was it, the Valley of Fire. So we're just sat in traffic, and what we've got is the hill hold control is on, and then it's deactivated the back 2 cylinders as well. And then you just squeeze the lever and the hill hold comes off. Give it another squeeze and it holds it back on. And then it'll do it for nearly 3 minutes, and then you get a little warning to say what's happening. But we're just entering like a state park, I believe, so we've got to either pay or do some paperwork. But you can feel the reactivation of the... Let me see if I can get it to... So we're now back to a normal twin. put it in neutral, put the hill on, sitting here ticking over, reactivation of the back cylinder. This is proper up here. We've got to be careful because there's quite a long drop. So I can show you the drop. But yeah, we're fairly high up. So we're just waiting to do some more pictures. But what a perfect place to ride a bike. It's like, there is some corners, there are a few bends, but yeah, it's just straight after straight. And like the guys were saying that they can bat out 300-400 miles in a day quite easy. That's pretty much a norm. And I was like, really? But we're putting out some big miles and it's so comfortable and so easy to ride for a big bike that then yeah, you can do it. And there's a lot of entertainment. You know, you've got the stereo, you've got the Bluetooth connectivity, you've got the integrated sat nav, and everything's really simple and easy to use. The cool little road, but they got a bit of, we're going fairly steady because the speed limit seems to be quite. Ooh. But the suspension's working well. It's really handling the weight. There's a lot of weight on this, and it's completely disguised it. You would never guess the actual weight of this bike. So this is the Challenger, that's the Chieftain with Carl on it listening to some rubbish. Can't be a bit of Bon Jovi. So that fairing is on the handlebars, this fairing is attached to the frame. That's completely new for 2025. The Challenger we've seen before. I mean, how good is this? Just be riding with good mates on good bikes. Not too far from Vegas, and it must be 20 degrees. So that model was air cooled and now it's water cooled, where the Challenger was water cooled, still is water cooled, but it's got the new engine with the more power. They need a bigger flag. They definitely need a bigger flag. So we jumped to the Chieftain. So this has got the new engine, it's got the new chassis, it's got the front wheel brakes, it's got the lead sensitive rider aids, it's got everything that the Challenger's got, but this is differently styled. So as you can tell, the fairing is much smaller and it's bolted to the actual fork. So when you turn the forks, the bodywork obviously changes and there's less bodywork, so you're getting a lot more wind through these kind of apertures here, and you don't have those little fairing compartments like I did on the Challenger. But the bike feels lighter and it feels smaller. It is on paper lighter, but I think it's kind of a bit of an optical illusion as well, because you've not got this area here, so it feels smaller and lighter. So time for a little technical walk around with the new Indian. Let me show you all about the bike. So probably words you're not going to expect with a cruiser, but this has got a 6-axis IMU. So that means it's got lean sensitive ABS, lean sensitive traction control, got a hill assist, so when you park on a hill, pump the brake, it puts the brake on for you, automatically deploys when you move forward. There's 3 rider modes, easy selectable with the new dash, which you've got cornering traction control, cornering ABS. There's a lot of things in this bike that I didn't expect it to have. The brakes are really strong and powerful. I mean, they're having to stop a lot of weight and deal with a lot, but they're coping with it. Probably best in this category. I can't remember a cruiser having such good brakes. The footboards do eventually touch down a bit and tickle the road, but you've got to get a decent amount of lean. They don't just hit the deck straight away. You've got to get a decent amount of lean. And because this is the Chieftain, the whole of the top fairing is mounted to the bars rather than mounted to the chassis like on the other models. So this is a complete new model. The dash is very simple and easy and straightforward to use. Electric screen, as you'd expect. We've got 2 speakers at the front, 2 speakers at the back. The panniers are really accessible and easy to get in and out. Seat is sublime, extremely comfortable. The dash, we've got, if I just go into this, full navigation in there, we can play tunes. We've got really good. On the back here we've also got the new radar. So on the back there, that is for blind spot detection and like a rear collision warning when people get too close to you. Cruise control is just standard cruise control here on the right hand bar. It's not got radar, there's no radar on the front, because I think it would just spoil the styling, which is really, really nice. I do really like it, especially in this red. But yeah, not what I thought it would be. I didn't realise, or maybe my naivety, that it would have a 6-axis IMU and massive Brembo brakes and cornering ABS and cornering traction control and multiple rider modes and such a intuitive and simple and easy touchscreen dash, which is really, really, really good. So if you just go back to here, I can turn the traction off. Do I want it disabled? Yes, I do. Do I want to change into sport? Yes, I do. Do I want to change rain? Put the traction back on. I mean, it's so easy. So we're coming towards the end of the ride. We've got to ride the Chieftain, the Dragster, both with the same new engines, new chassis, new rider rears, this lovely dash, stereo. The basic difference is how the fairings are mounted. So this is handlebar mounted, the other one is chassis mounted. Personally, I think I prefer the Chieftain. I just like the style and the look of it. It's just got a really, really classy style to it, and I prefer the minimalistic area around here. But then there's better wind protection on the other bike, so it's horses for courses, and I can see why there's a 50-50 split. But in terms of what the bike's like, engine has got loads of grunt. This has got some serious power and some serious torque, and it'll rev as well, even though it's a big V twin water cooled single overhead cam. It'll rev to past 6,000 RPM, and peak torque is just under 4,000 RPM. It's got some serious grunt. You know, you turn off the traction control and it'll light up the tyre in the first 2 gears. In terms of handling and that side of it, the big Brembo stoppers in front are really, really strong for this type of bike. We've got cornering ABS as well, which is a lovely little safety aid to have as a little extra. We've got cornering traction control. We've got 3 rider modes. We've got this rear detection, which is like basically got a radar on the rear, so you get the anti-collision warning and blind spot detection. There's a lot of tech in this bike. It's got a 6-axis IMU, which is probably not what you was expected to hear from a cruiser. Sounds good, feels quality. All this is really simple and easy to use. The stereo's really clear. The bags are easy to get in and out of. There's loads of storage space, big fuel tank, really comfortable, good chassis. It's really above my expectations. It is expensive. I think it's like 27,000 in the UK, and that could be pushed quite easily to 30,000 once you throw on a few accessories. But to ride around here just south of Vegas in perfect sunny conditions, out in the desert, cruising around, listening to music in safety with power and handling, ground clearance is actually pretty good for this type of bike. Thoroughly enjoyable. It's why I love motorbikes, because one day you could be elbow down on a racetrack and the next you could be riding bikes like this, and I think every motorcyclist should take one for a spin at some stage, because they just keep you happy, they just make you smile, they're so amusing and comfortable and fun to ride. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyable. Big thumbs up, really enjoyed it, above expectations. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got any technical questions, as usual, because I don't go that in depth with wheelbase and weight and everything else, just fire that questions below and I'll get back to you. It's now time for a shandy or two in this very nice resort.
If you let me put it